Saturday night's main event is right around the corner, and it's time to talk predictions.
The Rock says, The Rock says.
And before we get into the video, if you have not joined the Flash family, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button. That way you're notified every single time I drop new content. So let's get into it. Saturday night's main event is technically the last major event of the year for WWE. They're not officially considering it a PLE because I don't think it's airing on Peacock. I think it's just going to be on NBC, which owns Peacock. But anyway, but what I'm understanding, they did say that they're going to be treating this like a PLE. So we got a pretty interesting card lineup here. So let's get into it. We're going to start things off with the triple threat match between Gunther, Finn Balor, and Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship. I'm not a fan of Gunther being involved with anything having to do with Judgment Day, right? I like the feud that he had with Damian Priest, but now we add Finn Balor into the mix, it just kind of, it doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel cohesive to me. It's Finn is obsessed with Damian, and every time Gunther and Damian have a match, he interferes, and Gunther doesn't want that to be a blemish on his record. So now he wants to get rid of Finn too. And so it kind of feels like Gunther's out of place, kind of sticking his nose into their business, even though Finn kind of made it his. It just doesn't, I don't know, I'm not too much of a fan of the story going on behind it. But what I will say is Finn Balor doesn't really have bad matches, right? He's been consistently a great performer dating all the way back to Japan. Damian Priest is really coming into his own, and Gunther is Gunther, right? So it's going to be a great match. But let me throw this at you. What if Finn Balor wins? Now, hear me out. Finn hasn't had his moment since having to give up the Universal Championship all those years ago. He's kind of sniffed the main event circuit again with, you know, his feud that he had with Roman Reigns. I think it was last year or maybe 2 years ago. But we all know how that ended. Like the demon character probably will never be seen again, right? But what I'm wondering is, could this be a way to bring power back to Finn Balor and definitively make him the leader of the Judgment Day and kind of rebuild the Judgment Day under a Bullet Club type of regime? I think from that perspective alone, it could be interesting. I'm not saying that they're going to keep Carlito or keep JD McDonough, even though I like JD McDonough. I don't think they're going to keep that dynamic. Maybe they'll add some different people and kind of move things around. Maybe the Good Brothers come back. I don't know. But what I don't want to see is Finn have the tag team championships. He has the world championship. And now Judgment Day looks super powered if they keep Liv Morgan. Because with Liv Morgan being the world heavyweight the women's world champion, and also being the first crown jewel champion, and then you add Finn Balor, who is a world tag team champion, and then could become a world heavyweight champion. Woo, that might be the most powerful that Judgment Day has ever looked, even without mid-card titles, even without the Money in the Bank briefcase. From that perspective alone, that kind of goes into this new ideology that Finn has, where if you trust Finn, you will win, even though he's lost majority of his career in WWE. That could be interesting. Now, do I think it's going to happen? No. But I'm just saying, like, what if that was to happen? Personally, I don't think it's a secret. I think that Gunther's going to win this. I don't think there's going to be any major title changes on this show. I don't really see a need for there to be, especially with there's going to be another one coming up, I think in January, right after the Raw Netflix and right before the Royal Rumble. So I don't know if these are just new partnership deal shows they're going to have with NBC, just to kind of further that Peacock deal. But either way, I definitely think Gunther's going to win here. I think that we're going to further set up the match of Damian Priest and Finn Balor possibly at WrestleMania. So this could be another just wrinkle in their story that kind of just feeds them along and Yeah, like I said, I think Gunther's gonna retain the championship. There's no way he's losing this match. So next up, we've got Sami Zayn taking on Drew McIntyre. This one kind of came out of nowhere. Like Drew just came back, what, uh, 2 weeks ago, saying he's already involved with Sami Zayn. Now, what I will say is, I like how all the characters that were involved with Roman Reigns, really involved Roman Reigns since his return, are being punished for aligning themselves with him. It's almost like Roman is he's a dark cloud over his family. He's a dark cloud over anyone that chooses to stand with him. So Cody has all his issues with Kevin Owens, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But now you got Drew McIntyre, who's hunting down Jey Uso again, and you got him hunting down Sami Zayn apparently, and then you got Seth Rollins hunting down CM Punk, all for the same reason, because they teamed with Roman Reigns. That's great storytelling, number one, but it's so interesting to see how this furthers the evolution of every single character in the bloodline, right? But specifically with Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn, with it happening so quickly, I don't know what this actually means as far as where we're going with this, right? Of course, I would love to see a trilogy of McIntyre and Zayn. They're gonna have great matches, right? They're both incredible. I don't think I've ever seen them fight before. I could be wrong, but so I don't remember what their chemistry is like. But as good as they are individually, I know they're gonna have a great match. But from a story perspective, outside of the fact that you are aligned with the bloodline and we're hunting the bloodline, apparently, I don't know what. Okay, let's say Drew wins. What does that mean? Does he now go after Jey? Does Jey come in and interfere and save Sami? If Sami wins, what does that mean for Drew, especially raising his stock as a true heel on television? I just don't know what the direction of this is. But to me, that's a good thing. Sometimes I don't want to know exactly what they're thinking. I want to be surprised. I want to be intrigued so I can kind of follow the crumbs and get to this destination that I would have never thought they would have gotten to at the beginning of this story. But if we're just talking predictions, I don't know, since Sami and the OG Bloodline won at War Games, let's just have Drew McIntyre win here. I want to know what Drew's MO is. What is his motive behind attacking Sami and taking this match? And it seems like he has his focus directly on Sami Zayn. So I want to see what this whole thing is about. Now, I believe that he attacked him before or something like that. I honestly don't remember. Y'all can remind me in the comments, but yeah, I don't know what the motivation is. That's intriguing. And now we have a match that I wish I didn't know, or pretty much know the direction they're going to go with it. And that's the Women's World Championship with Liv Morgan and Io Sky. Everyone wants Io Sky to win this match, especially after her performance in War Games. Put every championship on her, okay? Have her win the Women's World Champion, then have her go and somehow qualify for the finals of the Women's United States Championship Tournament and win that. And then have her go win the Intercontinental, have her win all the titles. Io is exactly what we needed Asuka to be on the main roster. Now, I'm not saying Asuka didn't win her championship. She did. She had an accolade. She just missed Money in the Bank. But they never felt official. It never felt like, oh yeah, they like that's the Asuka that we miss. She was never the Asuka from NXT. And then you have Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane is good, but she has a disconnect outside of what she can do in the ring. Io is the complete package. She's honestly entertaining to listen to her talk, even though, she has her strong Japanese accent. She's amazing in the ring, and every single title she holds is memorable. Like when she was women's champion, it was memorable, and the match she had with Bayley at WrestleMania was chef's kiss. So this is exactly what we need in a Japanese female wrestler on WWE. put the title on her. But I know that they're not going to do that. Why? Because they're saving everything for Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. I never thought I would say that I'm tired of Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. And I feel like they only stuck Raquel Rodriguez in it just to further this thing and stretch it out. I think it's starting to lose steam. I think Rhea and Liv is losing its steam, especially now that she's come back. And she's come back twice. The whole eye injury didn't stop a thing. She was only gone for like, what, 2-3 weeks? She came back and competed in War Games, mind you. So I don't see, I don't really care anymore. Just give me the match of Liv versus Rhea and call it a day. Just get it over with. But like I said, Liv's gonna win this match. I hate it for Io, and I thought, but maybe if she's not already eliminated, which I hope she's not, and she can add herself back into it. If Io can win the Intercontinental Championship, then hey, all is right with the world. And next we have the finals of the Women's United States Championship Tournament. The match will go on, the final round of the tournament will be, let's see, Meechin versus Bayley and Tiffany Stratton versus Chelsea Green. Now, I'm going to say there's a lot of reports going around saying that Chelsea Green is going to win the championship. I like it, but I don't think it's a good idea if you want. It depends, and I've said this before, it depends on the direction that you want to take the title. Chelsea isn't necessarily the best in-ring competitor. She's great at performing. She's a great entertainer. I don't know if she's a mid-card workhorse type of champion. But maybe that's not the direction they're trying to go into. Because, I mean, that title is typically on the Intercontinental side, so maybe they're keeping it there. And they said that the World Heavyweight Championship is the workhorse championship between the two. So maybe the Intercontinental Championship is going to be the workhorse title of the women's side of things. But if I had to go who I think is going to be in the finals, I would probably say, you know what? Chelsea Green and Meechin would be good only because they already had a feud and they can bring that back around. But Chelsea Green versus Bayley could be interesting, right? I mean, all the eyes would be on. Well, all of the belief would be on Bayley because she's a former world champion, multi-time world champion, Grand Slam champion. She's won everything that you can win in WWE. And then you have Chelsea Green, for all intents and purposes, the underdog in this entire tournament. You have Miss Money in the Bank and Tiffany Stratton, and you have a former world champion in Bayley. Meechin is, I don't know if they're finally putting some investment in her because she's definitely not what she was in NXT, especially her first go round. I mean, we're not even calling her Mia Yim anymore. But I think this could be the lick back for Chelsea if it's Chelsea versus Meechin in the finals. You know, you won the battle, I won the war type thing. I don't know. It's going to be entertaining. I will say that. Chelsea is always entertaining. And part of me would much rather, okay, out of the four, I would much rather see what Chelsea Green is going to do with the title than a Bayley or a Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany doesn't need to be any champion until she cashes in that Money in the Bank. And she better not cash in Money in the Bank to insert herself, if she loses, to insert herself into the tournament finals tomorrow, make it a triple threat, or try to steal the championship. I don't want to see Money in the Bank cash in on a mid-card title anymore. But for a prediction, you know what? I'm going to go with everyone else. I'm going to say Chelsea Green, just because I want to see what she's going to do with it. And finally, we have the WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. I already knew that Cody was not going to lose. We all know that Cody's probably not going to lose anytime soon. Especially if it's against a opponent who's not Samoan. But I 100% knew when WWE dropped this clip on socials of Triple H giving a title belt shaped briefcase to Cody, saying this is for one night only. And he goes to open it, and there's this gold light, almost like Gold Member from Austin Powers, light shining up on him. And he gives this grin towards the screen. And we all know that Cody's been talking about changing that title ever since he won it. I ain't gonna lie, at first I thought he was gonna give him the sledgehammer. And I was even convincing myself and justifying it in my head that, oh, well, Cody's gonna need this thing because Kevin Owens can't be stopped and it's gonna push Cody to go to these extreme measures. And I thought about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, what if it's the title? What if he's gonna come out with the Winged Eagle title, the title he wanted to bring back all this time anyway? That would be cool. And so when I put that into my mind, I'm like, yeah, there's no way Cody is losing this match. So sorry, Kevin Owens. I'm interested to see what you do after this match. Maybe you attack Randy and y'all can run y'all's match back, but there's no way. There's just no way you're beating Cody Rhodes. Not on the run that he's on right now. The championship is just not gonna happen. And then he brings back the Winged Eagle. Yeah, bro, you can hang it up. You can hang. You're Canadian. You don't even deal with winged eagles. That's an American thing, right? That's right. Right? And that is it for this predictions episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you, again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know your predictions down below before Saturday night's main event. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see y'all down the road. Make sure y'all come back for my review episode. It should be coming out, if not Sunday, early next week. So be on the lookout for that. And again, I will see y'all down the road. And as always, be safe, be blessed, be kind. Peace.
The Rock says,